Good morning, students. Today we will be continuing our next lecture of electrostatics, and we will be doing some numericals related to Coulomb's law. That means we will perform some numericals related to Coulomb's law, permittivity, charges related, superposition, and some miscellaneous problems we will discuss. So first of all, we will discuss some numericals, general numericals based on Coulomb's law. Just copy this statement first. I'm giving you some time. You can pause your screen to write down this statement, and I'm reading it for you. Find force between two small charged spheres having charge of, that means we have to find the force between two small charged spheres. That means we are having spheres, and those spheres having a charge of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb and 10 is to 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, placed 30 centimeter apart in air. So we are having two spheres. They are charged. One sphere is having a charge this amount and one sphere is having a charge of this amount, and both the spheres they are placed at 30 centimeter apart. That means we are having one sphere like this and one sphere like this, but they have been placed at 30 centimeter apart. That means distance is given, but it is not given in SI unit. Convert it into SI unit. The charge of this sphere is also given, and the charge of this sphere is Q1 is also given and Q2 is also given. And what is the value of a force according to Coulomb's law? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. First charge into second charge upon distance का square. Q1 is already given to us, Q2 is already given to us, and R is given to us, so we can find the R square. So we are able to find the force, and the unit of force is Newton. The value of Q1 is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, and the value of Q2 is 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb. So it is also a positive charge sphere and it is also positive charge sphere. So we will put all the particulars in the formula. So what is this value of 1.4 pi epsilon naught? It is having a fixed value, 9 into 10 to the power 9. And what is the value of charge? 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb into 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb upon R square. What is the value of R? 3 upon 100 square. So 9 2s are 18, or 18 2 3s are 9 2s are 18. 18 into 3 into 10 is to power 9 and 10 is to power minus 7 and 10 is to power minus 7. What will it will become? It will become 10 is to power minus 14. 3 square 3, 9, or 100 into upon 100 into 100. This 100 into 100 will come this side. 9 upon 100 into 100. This 100 into 100 will come upper side. So you can do this. Plus 9 minus 14. What will become? Minus 5. 10 is to power minus 5 into how many zeros? 10 is to power plus 4. So what it will become? 10 is to power minus 1. So what is this? 2 3s are 6 into 10 is to power minus 1. And what is this? 10 is to power 1 upon 6. What is this? That means 0.6 meter. Newton. So what is the value of force? 0.6 Newton. So this is the basic numerical that we have done. So we have calculated this concept also. Are you getting this now? So this is also wrong, and into 100, what it will become? 6 into 10 is to power minus 1. That means 6.10 0.6 Newton it will become, because there will be 200s. I have written first one, there will be 2 r square, 200s will be there. Sorry, we have forgot one thing here, not 30, 30. So what will it will be there? 100 will be there, because 10 into 10, 100. So 100 will be lower side. So answer will be this. Newton. So calculate accordingly. We have calculated according to 3, but the actual concept is 30. 30 upon 100. So answer will be 6 upon 1000 Newton. Now we are coming on to the second numerical. Force on first charge. What is first charge? 0.4 microcoulomb. Due to minus 0.8 microcoulomb. In air is 0.2 Newton. What is the value of force? 0.2 Newton. By this charge, on this charge, force is acting on this charge. Due to this charge. Find distance of the two charges and find the force on second charge, that is minus 0.8 microcoulomb. So we have given the value of force, we have given the value of first charge, value of second charge, but distance is not given. So we have to find the distance, and we have to force on second charge. What is meaning by this? Two charges are there. This charge will apply force on this charge. This is first force. So this charge will also apply the force on this charge. This is second force. So he is asking to find this force. So he is asking us to find this force. That means we are given the charges like 0.4 microcoulomb and charge minus 0.8 microcoulomb. He is demanding the force that is acting on minus 0.8 microcoulomb, and the force that which is acting on this charge will be due to this charge. So this charge number 1 will apply the force on charge number 2. So the second demand of the question is to find the value of this force which is acting on this charge. So you know the formula, F is equal to 1.4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. You can put the value of force as it is already given to you. 1.4 pi epsilon naught you know, 9 into 10 to the power 9. Q1 value you know, 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. 0.4 into micro means 10 to the power minus 6. And what is the value of other charge? Minus, you will take only the magnitude, so you will not consider the minus sign there in the formula. You will only put 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. So you have done same like that, 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. And we don't know what is the distance between two charges, so it will be left as such. So we have done the calculation part. You will do the calculation part on your own. If you are getting any doubt, you can call me. So after calculation, the value of R will come 12 upon 100 meter. So you have to go through this concept. Do the numerical on your own. You know that we have done this thing. We have done this thing. The force acting on charge 1 due to charge 2 will be equals to the force which is acting on charge second by charge 1, but it will be opposite to each other. So the question has given us the force which is acting on one charge, that is 0.2 Newton. That means the force that is acting on this charge, they have given 0.2 Newton. So same 0.2 Newton will act on this charge, but in the opposite direction. That means 0.2 Newton will act on this charge, same, but with opposite sign. So this is the answer. So we don't need to find the force. It is already given the equation, but we have to give the sign according to the concept that is in our mind. F12 is equals to minus F2 1. So the second numerical is also over. We are moving on to the third. Just see this square. It is having 4 corners, 4 vertices A, B, C, D. At A we have placed 2 microcoulomb, B minus 5 microcoulomb, C 2 microcoulomb, and D minus 5 microcoulomb, and at the center we have placed 1 microcoulomb. So what we have to find? We have to find the force at 1 microcoulomb due to all the other charges that are placed at the vertices of a square. So how we can find it? So what is this? 1 microcoulomb we have placed, so this is positive nature. Negative, negative. So this is vertices B and this is vertices D, and at center this charge is placed. So it is having positive nature and it is having negative nature. So this negative charge will pull this positive charge towards itself like this. So what is this force? This is the force that is acting on center charge by B. And this is also a negative charge. It will also pull this positive charge towards each other, towards itself. What is the nomenclature of that force? F, that is acting on a center due to D. So the amount of force it is pulling will be equal to the amount of force that is due to D. The force that is the pulling force, that is the attraction force that is applied by the charge B on center charge, will be exactly equals to, means this force and this force, they will become equal to each other and they will cancel each other. If we are pulling 10 Newton in this side, rope pulling, and 10 Newton in this side, net force will be 0. So the net force at the central charge due to these two charges are 0. And same in the concept with these charges, you can also elaborate. Means this charge will pull this charge and this charge will also pull this charge. Means what is the concept happening? A is having some positive charge and C is also having some positive charge. A is having a value of 2 microcoulomb and C is having a value of 2 microcoulomb. So center we have placed 1 microcoulomb. This is positive nature, this is positive nature. This will repel this charge, repel in this direction. It is the force acting on center charge by C vertices. So this charge will repel center charge in this direction because positive positive repel each other. So force on C, center charge, acting due to A. So these forces, they will balance each other and net force will be 0. So net force due to A and C is also 0 and net force due to B and D is also 0. So overall force that is acting on the central charge is 0. So we don't have to calculate it. So they are cancelling each other. So we can give this in the explanation part. How we are giving, we can mention a step number 1 of B and D part, and we can mention a step number 2 of A and C part. So this is the concept. This is a question you can mention. Now we are moving on to the fourth question. So write down this next question. What is the minimum electrostatic force that is acting between two charges which are placed at 1 meter distance? That means you are having two charges. They are placed at 1 meter distance. What is the value of minimum force? Force is going to act, but what is the value of minimum force? Force will be minimum. Force directly depends on the charges. If the charges they have the minimum value, force will also have the minimum value. And what is the minimum value that is held by the charges? That is the value equal to 1 electron. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The minimum charge that can be held by a particle is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So we will put Q1 as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb and Q2 also as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So we will put on in the formula, we have to calculate the minimum force. So 1.4 pi epsilon naught value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into Q1 into Q2. And what is the minimum value of Q1? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And what is the minimum value of Q2? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb upon distance square. And what is the distance between two charges? 1 meter. So 1 meter ki square. So when we do the calculation part, you will get the answer equals to 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 28 Newton. So this is the main solution for question number 4. We have done the question number 4. So what is our target? Our target is to find the minimum electrostatic force that is acting between two charges which are placed at 1 meter distance. So this is the concept. So next question is, what is the correct test for electrification is? That means some particle is having charge. What is the correct test? Options are attraction, induction, friction and repulsion. So we will come on to this. Suppose you are having a comb, rub it with your piece of cloth and pick a piece of paper. It will become charged, so it will attract this piece of paper. That means this comb is having charge. So it is what is doing? It is doing the attraction. Suppose you are having a comb in your hand and a piece of paper is already charged. When you bring a comb near to this piece of paper, the piece of paper gets attracted towards the comb. Their attraction is taking place. So we can't say to the world that comb is charged. There may be a case that paper is having the charge. So attraction is not a valid test to find out whether object is having charge or not. Suppose suppose one object is having charge and another object is also having charge. If they are having equal charge, means opposite charges, they are going to attract each other, and if they are having opposite charges, they are going to repel each other. So when the repulsion is taking place, we can say that this body is also having charge. So the repulsion is the short test of electrification. So this you have to be sure, not magnetism, electrification. Next question, you are given a material mica, and what is the relative permittivity of mica? You know the relative permittivity of free space is equals to 1. Means free space is having minimum relative permittivity. And what is the relative permittivity of mica? It will always be greater than 1. The minimum value is held by free space, and mica is having the value greater than this minimum value. Mica will have greater than 1. And what is the relative permittivity of metals? It is always infinity. That means if a charge is placed here, it means it is releasing some electric field lines through it, electric field strings, and if you place a metal in the path of electric field strings, this metal will absorb all the electric field strings, and the another charge will not get any kind of means force of attraction. So it is absorbing all the electric field strings, so its relative permittivity is infinite. That means it is absorbing all the electric field lines. So what is the permittivity of metals? Infinity. So you should keep this mind. And permittivity is known as a dielectric constant. So dielectric constant of metals is infinity. This is our next question. So metals do not allow electric strings to pass through the medium. So next question is, we are having a charge Q, big Q, and it's being divided into two parts, Q1 and Q2. That means you are having some charge, you are dividing it into two parts, and these charges, they are placed at a distance of big R. He says there will be maximum repulsion between them because they are having the same nature, positive, they will repel each other. They will feel the maximum repulsion when they will feel the maximum repulsion. This is the question, you have to find the solution. Suppose you are having a charge of 10 coulomb. You divide it into two parts. One part is 9 and one part is 1. Multiply force, it directly depends on its product. 9 into 1, 9. So force will be around 9. Now divide it into another value. One is 8 and another one is a second. Now multiply them. Force will be near about 16. Now divide into other value. One is 5 and another charge is also 5. 5 into 5, 25. Here the value of force will be maximum. So when you divide the charge into half of its value, when both the charges are half of the original charges, then they will feel the maximum repulsion. So we are getting the concept, when both the charges they are having half the value of the original charge, they will feel the maximum repulsion. So this is the concept. So when Q is divided in half, then force will be maximum. So write down the next question. You are having a one big isolated spherical conductor of radius big R that is charged with some fixed charge A. That means that spherical conductor of radius big R, it's having a charge that is big A. Small charge Q is placed at a distance R from the center of that charge, spherical charge. This small charge Q will feel the force due to this bigger spherical conductor because it is also charged. This will feel the force. And you have to find the force that is felt by this charge will be proportional to what kind of distance, means how it is related with the force. You are having a spherical conductor that is charged and its the amount of full charge is big A. You have placed a small charge Q at distance R from its center. So you know that if a conductor is charged, its charge will stay at the center. No, its charge will never stay at the center. Its charge will stay at the surface of conductor like this, because charges, they are moving freely, so they will repel each other and they will be present at the surface of conductor. So the radius of this spherical conductor is bigger R, so that means charge is present here. In reality, the charge is present at the surface. So the force is acting from here to here. That means this is the distance between the charge, this, because all the charge is here and second charge is here. So the distance from which force is acting, it should be like this. So what is this distance? This is R and this is small r. And what is this distance? Small r minus big R. So force is depending inversely. So in our mind, its concept is coming, force is depending inversely to this distance, R minus R square. But in reality, this never happens. No doubt, the charge will remain on the surface like this. You know that if the charge is present at the surface, electric field strings are coming out of it. The electric field strings are coming like this. All the electric field strings, they are means passing from the center, and it will appear like that. It will appear like that. All the charge is present at center. So we will suppose that all the charge is being present at a center, not at the surface. In reality, the charge is present at surface, no doubt. But the strings that are coming out of these charges, they all are passing through the center point of that spherical conductor. So we will suppose in physical reality, in physical world, that all the charge is present at the center. So if the charge is present at the center, that means the charge will act from this distance to this distance, means on this distance to this charge. So what is the distance? Small r. So in reality, force depends on this distance, not on this. Force does not depend on this concept, force depends on this concept. So this will be the reality in case of spherical conductor. So mention this concept. So reality is different, but supposition is different. So force will depend inversely proportional to 1 upon r square. So next question is, a force F is acting between charges placed in vacuum if the glass plate of dielectric constant K is equal to 6 is now placed between, then the force now will be, suppose there are two charges, one is Q1 and one is Q2, which is having a distance of R. You know that the force is acting between them, and these charges, they are placed in vacuum, in medium, in some medium. Case number 2, now they are what they are taking, they have placed a glass plate whose dielectric constant is K is equal to 6. What is this dielectric constant? ER. That means they have placed a glass plate here whose dielectric constant, or K, is equals to 6. So what will be the new value of force? That means force is going to get affected, because this is a kind of a plate, so this is going to absorb some of the electric field strings, and if some of the permittivity is going to change, if permittivity is going to change, force is going to change. So what is the value of Coulomb's force in medium? Fm is equal to 1.4 pi epsilon m q1 q2 upon r square. But we know that relative permittivity is equals to, it is a ratio of permittivity in medium upon permittivity in free space. And what is the permittivity of a medium? Permittivity of medium is equal to relative permittivity into permittivity of a free space. So where permittivity of medium is coming, you can write these two factors. So we have written this. And what is the value of this? This is k into epsilon naught, and we have written the value of k, 1.4 pi epsilon naught will be remain as such, ER value will be k, Fm is equal to 1.4 pi epsilon naught k q1 q2 r square. And what is the value of k given in question 6? So you can put the value of 6. So the original force will reduce by 6 because our dividation factor of 6 is coming in the denominator side. So the original force is going to decrease by 6 times. So this is original force 1.4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. So this original force F original. So what is this? This is F original upon 6. This will be F now. So the new force that is acting in this case will be reduced by 6 times. That means original force will be reduced by 6 times. So this is the concept. So they have asked what will be the effect on new force if a plate of dielectric constant 6 is placed between two charges that are being separated by some distance r in vacuum. So this is all for today. We have done our numerical section. We will be continuing with some more numericals in the coming lectures also, and we will be joining the theory also. So hope you enjoyed today's lecture. So homework is you have to practice these numericals in your fair copy along with the well prepared definition means statements and well prepared solution, and you have to send it in your homework group. Thank you. Have a nice day.